Brody, question.
Yes.
For Kanan, if you have like 3 focus tokens, can you use all three on one attack, or?
No. You may spend a focus.
Okay.
So one. It'd be awesome.
Yeah.
So we are almost ready. We should have been doing this while we were launching.
Yeah, but you were busy eating.
Yeah, my man. So test. Test P, crack, refit on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, whoops, I was going to do this, huh? V, oops. Sorry. Command V and take out adapt, and what does he add? Does he add something? Because it just doesn't have adaptability.
It should have adaptability because
No,
adaptability is
it
free.
says same without adaptability.
Oh, interesting.
So I don't know if he ever adds anything else to that one. So then another green. So green pilot, same without adapt, and then another one.
Are we at least streaming the camera feed right now?
Oh yeah, it's streaming.
Okay.
See, they're going.
Okay.
We're almost up and going. Sorry guys, looks like we just have the A-wings coming forward and kind of a little cluster here. And probably worried about the TLT and Poe the most.
I would be. Well, actually, I would be really worried about that Blount with assault missiles.
That's true.
Because no matter what, he's going to deal that splash damage. For those wondering, assault missiles, when it hits, will deal 1 damage to each ship at range 1 of the target that it hits. And it's equipped to Lieutenant Blount, whose pilot ability is when he fires, when he shoots, he hits. Regardless of whether or not he would deal damage, he still is considered to hit. So that triggers his missile effect.
So test. Oh,
so if Stu is bunched up in any place and Blount gets that target lock, and Blount should be able to get that target lock as he has the pilot skill advantage, he can push in and take care of things.
Okay, so Alright, we're going. Almost
No
there.
worries. No worries. Oh. Ooh, this channel is for mature audiences only. I love that. I love that.
Viewer
That's
discretion
terrific.
is advised.
Viewer discretion is advised.
So, and let's add another one here. Window cap. Player 2. Window cap. Okay.
Now, with the asteroid placement there, firing is beginning. So, with the asteroid placement the way it is, it actually kind of does benefit Steven, where he's going to be pushing through kind of not in groups, where Stu is going to really want to focus fire. With only 2 attack on his A-wings, he needs to be able to to concentrate fire, otherwise that damage just isn't going to get through. Though he does have proton rockets on a number of his ships. And the proton rockets are going to do some real damage if he can get to range 1.
Okay,
With an
we're up.
A-Wing, he should be able to get to range 1.
So we're rolling dice. Looks like 2 hits. Spend his focus. Billion evades.
Yep.
Safe there. So you shot at Jake, huh?
Yeah,
So,
Jake is... There's going to be some rough target priority here because you want to kill Poe when you still have a lot of firepower to deal with him.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you also want to kill Jake when you have a lot of firepower to deal with him.
Yeah. He does have 3 with crack and then juke on the other ones. So.
Right, so he can push damage through. So in that case, I might actually want to go up against Jake first.
Yeah.
So I can spend my abilities to push damage through, because Poe with that agility 2 is going to start taking hits normal without you needing to crack shot or juke him.
Mark, check mark. Rebel Scout.
So is that Mike in the chat then? Or
Mike is Pirate Rodeo. I'm not sure who XT Yug is. I like that he's talking mad smack.
Hells yeah.
I think that should always be welcome to the stream. It's nice having a second in the stream today. So this is our 3rd round of Escalation. They're now playing a 90-minute round of a 120-point list. Stu is playing from bottom, and he is running the Green Swarm. And we have Stephen Butler, the top of the screen. He's running Poe, Blount, Jake, and a gold TLT. They're both undefeated. This is our top table.
Have any of them even taken ship losses at this point?
I think so. I mean, technically this is not the top table because that's Landon and Dennis, but they've been on the stream. So.
Right.
And Heather's new logo with the black outline looks amazing as always. Thank you again, Heather.
Yeah, no, it really looks good.
Yep.
Such that maybe now we don't need to worry about the...
Well, I think what I do is we can download it's called Better TVD. It's for the Twitch chat.
Like
and then you can
plug
use a
in or
black
something.
background
Okay.
and make it
that'd be real
black
nice.
instead of that weird white. Yep.
Yeah. Because I'd like,
So if we have Stu on the next round, we'll have to move him to the other side because we won't have enough room for the 6th ship.
Right.
All right, we're at Dials here. So Stu, what do you think? He's trying to get the Procket one up to shoot at Poe?
Maybe, or again, maybe you go at Jake because you want to get Jake dead.
Whatever's given you.
Yeah.
Basically, because Jake and Poe are. It's gonna be. I think the hardest thing is going to be lining up shots.
Yeah, the asteroid
Jake and
placement really isn't going to help Stu here. It's really bunched up toward him. But at the same time, A-Wings are going to be able to maneuver.
Yep.
Maybe not as well as some if they have, say, a barrel roll, but that boost and their dial is going to be really helpful.
Oh, I didn't add. Let me quickly add to Stu's list. It looks like they all have auto thrusters, and I missed it on the first 3.
Okay.
So that's probably going to throw off my... Yep, too big now.
I mean, let's just... I don't know how much we need to worry about that at this moment, but yeah. There we go. Okay.
Fits at 34.
Okay.
Ooh, we don't want to do that big.
Right. Well, so still having auto thrusters on all his ships, at that point I don't prioritize that TLTY at all. Like, that is bottom of my target priority.
Yep, for sure.
Because even at best case scenario, that TLTY is going to take 2 turns to take down an A-Wing.
Yep, exactly.
Between auto
Best case, it's going to take 2.
Between auto thrusters and that 3 agility, it's going to be hard to put 2 damage in a single round on an A-Wing. So
it's a little bit of an Easter egg there. We did have the ability to almost see the dial as he was changing it, so that was kind of cool. You could. He's not set on Poe. And Mike Carpenter with the update, the OSU game is 10 to 10.
Ooh,
so
I have no idea who they're playing.
I don't either. I'm sure it's very important. Oh, that's a quarter.
It must be some kind of rivalry game, right?
Well, he runs a alumni thing, so he does
Right.
it no matter who they're playing.
Right. Okay.
So let's check. Who is OSU playing this week? Not gonna tell me over the phone.
No, of course not.
Usually it will, but apparently today. Okay, so he's going for the bump on Blount to stop the
Assault
the
missiles.
shot.
Wait, no, that's not Blount. That is Poe. Poe is the one off to the side. As Poe has Lone Wolf, I would assume that's Poe off there, right? We just need a giant monitor in here. That is Poe off to the side,
Oh,
right?
that's Poe.
Because Poe has Lone Wolf, so there's
Oh,
no
that makes sense,
benefit
yep.
in having him close in like that, right? Mm-hmm. So Stu can get that ball.
They are playing Pittsburgh today.
Hmm.
Maybe you're dying to know on the Cowboy Radio Network and ESPN.
Okay.
But please don't turn away from the stream. This stream is brought to you by the XFL.
Bringing it back.
It's coming back. And also Carl Weathers getting a stew going. If you have a bone, some broth, a potato, you got yourself a stew going. Back to the game. Scott?
Well, so we're looking at this. Poe is probably going to bump that A-wing right there. But unfortunately, I don't think Stu has the other ships in position to take advantage of that. Because it looks like Stu is going to try and push up on Jake, which is probably
Looks like
the
he
best
has
bet there.
Jake and Blount there. Which is interesting because Blount has the assault missiles.
Yeah.
So assault is going to pass the damage to everybody at range 1, is that correct?
Yes. Yes. He does have guidance chips, and assault missiles is still, I believe, a 4-dice attack.
Mm-hmm.
So
And Blount is going to hit, right?
Yeah, Blount will.
So everything
hit.
will take a damage. Maybe not the guy who's getting shot, but
Yeah.
his friends.
It is a case where Blount can shoot, and the person he's shooting at doesn't take damage due to evade dice, but that everyone around that target will take damage due to Blount's pilot ability. Depending on how Blount has moved here.
All right, so Jake is going to fit, it looks like to me.
No, this is Blount moving.
Oh, Blount's moving, yep.
So he's coming around, so he's not going... He may not get a shot on that.
I don't think so.
Close cluster.
Assault is range 2 to 3, is it not?
Right.
So he's definitely not... He could maybe shoot him, but then he doesn't get the assault.
Yeah, at that point, why are you bothering?
Yep.
So he probably wants to save that assault missile there. We'll see what happens here with Jake. If Stu's gotten a block with his A-wing up near the Y-wing and Jake, that could be real interesting.
The dial is pretty fast, right? They don't have one straights. They're going at least 2 straights.
They have to go to...
He doesn't look like Jake didn't push last round. He doesn't have any stress.
So he has plenty of options. And remember, Jake is going to be squirrely, just the way he moves. So an A-wing only has hard ones.
Hard ones.
That has the full range of 2, and all of them are green. 3s, he has the full range, but only the straight is green. And he has 4 and 5 straights, as well as 3 and 5 K-turns. And every straight on an A-wing is green, so he can push a 5 straight and clear stress. A-wings just want to go fast. And again, with Jake...
Well, they're interceptors.
Right.
Is that true? I believe that is. Let's go to the Wikipedia, or as I like to call it, well, not just me, apparently everybody calls it, the Wikipedia.
Well, Wikipedia being the Star Wars specific wiki. Alright, so here we go with Jake. Jake does look like he is going to fit through, but in such a way that he may not get shots. However, he can take a focus and barrel roll, but that would put him in a bad spot with the A-wings.
He's going to focus and boost out of that, correct?
Almost certainly. In fact, I might even boost, push the limit focus, and then get the free barrel roll off that focus. In order to just get out
There's
of the
the
way.
focus. Now we're going to get the boost. He's going to bank boost.
He can't bank boost. He will end up on that rock, so he cannot make that bank.
Oh, and a bump there.
He cannot make that bank.
He might just fit.
Or does he just
I
barely
think
fit?
he just fits.
He just barely fits, and then that is some sweet piloting right there.
So does he push or does he just hang out there? I think you barrel roll forward so you can open up your too hard next round.
Right. Right, because that too hard is going to be green. Does his Jake have push the limit?
It does,
Hope
yeah.
so.
Hey Jesse, how'd your interview go?
Oh, really good.
Good, glad to hear it.
Yeah.
We're just streaming. You don't have to worry about us. We can talk to you and talk to
Yeah, I
everybody.
was just saying what's up. What's going on?
Oh, rock 'em.
So it looks like Jake is staying put.
Jake isn't gonna push. Oh, so it was.
Poe did get the bump happened with Poe, so Poe is stuck there
So
with
Poe's
no
shot,
tokens.
it looks like nothing there.
Yep.
Looked like a bunch of focus, which he would have normally liked to have.
Right.
I mean, he only turned up one.
But
probably
actually,
in
this
situation,
case,
you turn
he
up three
spends it because
you're
he's
not getting
taking
shot,
fire. Really.
and you don't really need to regen yet.
No. So next
So now
turn
we have
you
Blount
regen.
is going to shoot the concussion or the assault,
missile.
and he only has one. That's interesting.
Well, I mean, I would say in this case,
Just to try to take a
if
off.
you can get an A-wing off the board,
So that's
good.
going to
So
go
that'll
to a
catch
hit, and just two. So he wasted
his missile.
his missile.
I mean,
He's not
Blount does
range one of
hit.
anybody,
Oh.
so doesn't get the
So
extra
no
damage.
there. That's
It was an interesting call. I think you just take the prime. I mean, obviously hindsight's a thousand
right.
here.
Right.
But I don't think you waste your one assault if you're not sure you're going to pass the damage.
Right. I think in this case, I hold that target lock and just fire normally. Don't spend it. Next turn, try
Get a
for
focus.
the 3K here.
So he shot the TLT there. That's his only target. So shouldn't the gold have gone first, or did he
No, because
adaptability
the
up?
Golds are 2, PS2.
Oh yeah, I didn't update that. I apologize.
So
I
a
messed
Green
everything up.
Squadron is PS3. So
How did we do the adaptability? I guess we should have asked.
yeah.
So gold is. I'm sorry, it's PS2.
I mean, you're thinking of Gray Squadron, which
Yep.
of course you always see Gray Squadron A-wings, spending that
Oh, there's
extra
a crit, and Blount is off the board.
So actually, maybe that assault missile makes sense because you
gonna
figure
die.
he's going to die
That does
in
make
that
more sense.
initial
Yep.
shot, and so you just want to spend that 4 dice to try and get an A-wing and get a trade. So that must have been proton rockets, I would hope. Unless he had multiple A-wings firing and that we just didn't notice.
So there's a gold. Looks like a focus there. Takes 2 shields. Thank you. That was amazing.
There we go.
I'd like to go ahead and say, way to go, you guys. So it looks like the gold took 2, which he should have 1 shield left, right?
Yes.
Yes, I didn't
Yeah,
update
3 and
anything.
5 on Gold Squadron. 2, 2, 1, 1, and 5.
I'm just gonna go do a quick check on what the situation is,
Right.
scoreboard wise.
Sure, and I'm going to just continue to talk here a bit. I believe TLTs are firing. No, 5, that many dice, green dice. I'm not sure who's shooting at who there. Is that someone shooting at Jake? Oh, yes. That must be Stu's A-wing that's kind of tilted there on the left-hand side, pointing toward Jake. Probably the only shot at Jake, so it's probably a range 3 obstructed, which would be how you would get that 5 dice, with the extra dice off of the range and the obstruction. With auto thrusters kicking in, and your 2 dice primary, there's almost no way you get that shot through, but you make that chance. Just on the off chance you roll 2 hits or a hit and a crit, and Jake blanks out. Maybe you even spend that crack shot at that point.
The 2 with adaptability or adaptability down to PS2.
Okay. To make them more effective blockers.
So Blount went down to 2 hits and a crit. The crit was direct.
Okay.
And the Y is actually shieldless, so the Y is TLTing now.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm Stu, I'm elated right now. Blount's off the board. His assault missiles did no damage.
Right.
And the TLT is limping already.
Yes.
So that's a auto thrusters, no damage.
At the same time, though,
one.
Jake
One.
and Poe can kind of solo a lot of lists.
For sure.
Especially because of the way it's going to get set up. Poe is going to want to stay away from Jake for lone wolf purposes.
For sure.
So that means that, and then the way Stu's currently set up, he's going to probably end up having to split fire.
Do you only take one shield there? I don't know which green. That's the problem with all the greens.
Yeah, there is
I'm just
that
gonna update
difficulty.
this guy because I know what's going on here. You know, one of his greens.
Yes, that's an excellent opening round for Stu.
There. And these guys are PS2.
With Blount going down with the assault missiles being the scariest thing to this
This
list.
guy is a 2. This guy is a 2. These are all 3s.
Yeah.
This guy, I believe, does one of his guys? So only one of his guys has prockets, right? So
Maybe.
Green with Juke, PTL, AT, Test Wing, prockets. Oh, so the green without adaptability. Oh, that's the last round. Never
Okay,
mind.
yeah.
He does get something at some point. So prockets. Well, that wasn't range 1 of this guy, was he? Was he range 1 of
Yes,
this guy?
he must have been.
Must have been. So that guy, I'm not sure which one took the damage. So
Sure. But, yeah. So we're going back on dials here. So it's going to be
this
a little
guy-
harder for Steven at this point because you want to keep your Y-Wing at range, so it's going to have to make some different moves. However, it's got the R2 astromech, so it does have a much more open dial. Jake is going to have to continue being Jake. Jake's not stressed, however, so he can do kind of anything he needs to at this point.
Can he can't turn here without overlapping that rock, or can he too hard and not hit the rock?
Well, he's not stressed, so he doesn't care.
Oh,
So
he could 3 hard.
He could 3 hard
And
at
just
this
go.
point.
So he probably does 3 hard
Right.
because that would go. His template won't clip the rock on a 3 hard. I don't think.
It shouldn't. With Poe, I think you kind of bring Poe in a bit. Maybe the one bank, counting on that A-wing. That A-wing that's bumping Poe right now can't still be bumping Poe. And all of
No.
its maneuvers will take it out. Even the one hards should clear Poe. So that A-wing's got to move.
I think he's probably 3K'ing behind Poe,
That would be.
and
what
then
I
let
would
the other
probably do.
PS2 come up for the block. I don't think he can
Yes.
get it, but T70 has a 1 straight.
T70 has a 1 straight.
Does it?
Yes. T70 has a 1 straight and 1 banks. The full range of 2s, the full range of 3s. It's not a situation where Poe wants to Talon, of course.
No, I don't see him tallying here.
No.
I see maybe a 1 bank.
Yeah, I
One
was just
straight,
thinking
so
that
maybe
1
come in on
bank
these guys?
in, which should still keep him out of with the lone wolf range.
One more
That
check of the
Y-wing, I
dials.
might do a hard 2 here.
Hard
or
2 towards the edge or towards
towards
the center?
the edge.
Yep, and then just kind of do. I would almost do
And
a
then-
circle right
yeah.
there in the top.
Yep.
Interesting.
So Jake should come around into
So
that.
there, it looks like the 3K is dialed in. I don't think that's too much of a surprise.
No.
I wish I had Cassian Andor. I would have been able to change my maneuver.
But well, none of your ships would have crew in this situation.
No, not in
but,
this situation. But hey, I called it right
Yes,
once. I just
yes.
wanted to put that out there.
Sure. So now we get to see what some of these other A-wings are planning. So
One
he is going
hard.
to go with that one.
And just to see if Poe goes fast, maybe.
I mean, the downside is,
Can
unfortunately,
you boost forward? I was just going to take the evade.
could boost.
Nope, that's a focus.
Okay. I mean, also a range one shot against Poe is not bad.
Not bad.
I'll take that every day.
You know, Poe doesn't do a lot of damage, especially like this Poe.
It's
I mean,
still a
he does-
lone wolf Poe.
It's lone wolf. He's got R5P9 auto thrusters, but I mean,
It's a survivable Poe.
he's staying
This is a
alive
Poe that can
and
stay.
harassing you.
So that Y actually did a 3 bank, it looks like. Which I guess, if you're figuring on Stu's A-wings that are there in the center, turning to deal with Poe,
Which is not
which
a bad
it looks
plan.
like they are probably going to do here.
Trying to make a kill box on Poe.
Yep. So that A-wing should almost.
You need to go get my charger.
Yeah, if you've got it, that'd be great. So yeah, so that A-wing is going to come around. He's going to focus. That should be a Procket A-wing, proton rocket. It's a 5 dice attack at range 1 that requires you to have a focus. That A-wing really would love for Poe to have made a 1 bank here, or possibly a 2 straight, and get bumped by that A-wing. So another A-wing again. That A-wing is taking a target lock, probably just to check range there. Okay, so, and I push the limit for the focus or the evade. Can't quite tell here. And the final A-wing, it looks like he is making a maneuver up that way, which should put him in the TLT's bubble. So he probably won't take shots from the TLT there, though he could boost and maybe try and get a shot in on that Y-wing. Not 100% sure there. Doesn't look like he's going to. He's going to focus top on the evade there. So, Y-wing's maneuver. No, that's Jake actually, sorry. Yep, Jake is doing the 3 hard, which we figured he would. The question is now, what do you do with Jake? He's got firing arc on 1 A-wing, so he focuses, and then he'll get his barrel roll here. It's an interesting move, because it's going to set him up in a bad spot maybe with that rock. It may force some kind of predictability, unless he pushes for the boost here. In which case, yep, there we go. If he fits. If he fits, it's beautiful, but he does not fit. So it looks like Poe is going to, Jake is going to sit there and have to make some real difficult choices next turn about his maneuver. So Poe is going to do, it looks like a 2-bank? 2-bank, which is not what we were thinking he was going to do. Which is going to create a bump there, and that...
Does it clear? I think he bumps. It's hard to tell with the heads there.
Yeah, with the heads there, again, maybe we look at angle cameras and things, but if Stu's got the block there...
I mean, I think heads are always going to be a problem on the stream.
Right.
I think, yep, he has the bump. He moved it back.
So that is going to be a tokenless Poe, and he may be taking Prockets.
I think the guy shot his Prockets, because there's no way that Blount takes hit, crit from an A-wing. No.
If it's range 1.
Range 1 he would get 3, right?
Yep.
So it looks like...
So Poe is going to shoot at that A-wing. At range 1.
That looks like a good hit. 3 hits.
Not taking his lone wolf reroll, oddly enough.
That is odd. So I think he should... I think he just remembered it. And Stu's contemplating, and he's dead. That's a dead A-wing.
That is a dead A-wing. That may have just saved Poe.
I think so. Oh, so 2 damage there. I think that must be this guy. Or is that a...
Not 100% sure,
Not
but
sure which one.
that A-wing dead, that really actually hurts Poe. That hurts Stu quite a bit there, especially
So now
if
Jake
can get the follow-up here. He's not going to kill that A-wing, but he's going to put some damage up, maybe.
So spends his focus, no damage there. I think the worst thing.
1 damage there.
1 damage there.
Put the token up.
So
2 dice with a token spend, and that's still a damage. So that's some hot dice right there.
I think
bad dice for Stu.
Yeah, I think the worst part about this for Stu is now his Poe kill box is 2 ships instead of
3 ships, one of which might have had Prockets.
Yes.
In which case, Poe is probably making it out of this because the bumped ship is not going to be able to deal damage. The other one ship is stressed and will get no modifiers, though he might. I don't believe he has crack shot.
Range 2 at Poe. That's 1.
1 hit.
That's the problem with A-wings, right? So that looks like nothing. That should be a... So he's at... That's why I know Lone Wolf. Jake is at range 2.
Jake is just close enough. That barrel roll got him in.
I think the thing about Lone Wolf is once you start adding all of these ships, Lone Wolf becomes much harder.
Lone Wolf is
trigger.
killer in those first 2 rounds of Escalation.
For sure.
But then now at this point, Lone Wolf is just kind of two wasted points.
That's a
maybe
procket
80
at
some.
a TLT.
Oof, that may be a dead Y-wing.
One evade. And
Especially if he jukes that boy.
2, 3, and a 2 and a crit.
2 and a crit.
So we got one evade, so stress. So thrust control fire. Man, I gotta say, Steven is on point on communicating with the screen.
Yep. That's good. This is a good set.
Another one.
Oof.
So, I think he's shown it to
Right,
Stu.
yep. So, that is stress on the Y-wing, which is fine. He has
Which
R2
doesn't matter.
astromech. He has
Doesn't
R2
matter.
astromech and it's TLT, so stress is not a concern.
So range
He's
2
going to take
TLT.
a shot there.
And his auto thruster though, so he'll be okay.
Well, I don't know. I mean, the
So
way
that
Stu's
looks like a
green
2.
dice have gone so
That's true.
far, he
And
has
auto
not
thrusters.
had good green dice.
And nothing there. Second attack. Looks like 1. Auto thrusters will keep it alive. He's fine. And now the other 2s.
Yep. We'll take shots at Poe.
Or do they have initiative and they've already shot? Are we at dials here? I think we
No,
might be at dials.
I believe Steven has initiative.
Steve has initiative? Nope, we're at dials.
No,
Stu
no,
must.
okay, Stu has initiative, so that did not go the way Stu wanted it to, that round.
No, that definitely didn't. So we have. Let me just go look at this so we
Right.
can update the score.
Right. Now, on the other hand, yes, that TLTY is almost dead. But that TLTY is also going to disengage and is going to force Stu to come around and have one of his A-Wings deal with it. Which takes that, which at this point, one of his A-Wings is a quarter of his firepower. So 3 A-Wings against either Poe or Jake. And Jake and Poe are going to try and probably start picking off an A-Wing at a time. Maybe concentrating fire. At this point, maybe ignoring the Lone Wolf on Poe and keeping together. Though Jake is in a weird spot where Jake has to make certain moves here to avoid the rock.
So all Stu's, the only one that currently has any shield damage is the one that is bumped up against Poe.
Okay, he has 1 shield damage.
He has 1 shield damage.
Okay, so all the other A-Wings are full health.
Yep.
Okay.
But
So
the one is down, obviously. So
Yep. So that's not too bad. That's a good spot.
so it's this guy here. We're gonna say is the
Sure.
1.
Now, as I was just saying, Jake's in an interesting spot where Jake's maneuvers have to be. Jake has to make a hard turn here, not to hit that rock.
Do you just jake it up and go left?
That's what I think I would do. I think I'm in a
Reboot.
pretty good spot.
Score. So
That was a quick game.
120 to 35 win for you.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, it came in with triple focus.
Yeah, yeah. You've got a lot of firepower on the board now with double ghosts.
Yeah.
So
All
that's
right, good job, dude.
Yeah.
Just one more right here. So Tyler killed 35.
Respectable.
Eric killed 120. Oops.
All right. So back to it. Yeah. So Jake's got. I would probably turn Jake away, and then just come back around
in.
later. Yeah, because I'm maybe not so concerned. That TLTY's got to book it,
Yeah.
but at the same time,
2
that-
bank?
Yeah.
Or 2 hard back in, maybe. 2 hard left, and then 2 hard back
I think
in.
I'd probably 2 bank and clear my stress.
No, all 2s are green.
Right, but the 2 hard in is gonna probably put you on the rock.
No, I
or
mean
just
towards
goes-
the edge.
Oh.
And then come about in the next round. And then you still have shots maybe.
Yeah, because maybe you'd make that move because Stu's
guess what
A-Wing
is-
is gonna try. Stu's A-Wing is gonna hard, right?
I think so. I think the A-Wing is going to hard because he...
Well, here we go.
Let's see, so... We're
So
going to
Stu
do a
moved-
5K
Yep,
here.
yep. So
Just
his
so
first
we-
A-Wing just moved straight up, moving forward.
Cleared his stress, took a focus. The next one's going to K-turn.
Takes the stress.
So Stu does have initiative, so...
That
no.
that A-Wing K-turning was obvious. It was either going to be a 3 or 5. You knew that was happening.
So now the TLT is going to...
That TLT Y-Wing
He's
has
gonna drop
thermal
a bomb.
detonators. And
Oh,
it
he
is
has ions.
ion bomb.
Which, no, that's a seismic charge.
Is that a seismic or is it an ion? I thought it was an ion.
It's ion
It
on
should
the
be
paper,
ion.
but that looks like
Maybe
a seismic
he just
to
has
me.
the weird different token.
Okay.
So that bomb is going to stay there until the end of.
Yeah, so Stu's not going to be worried about that bomb unless he does the
he
one hard.
did a one hard, but if
Yep,
he did
but
a
he
one
can
hard, he
boost.
can boost,
Yep.
and he should still be okay.
So this looks like he's going to two straight, just to see, is Poe going to slow roll? Is he going to, because just looking for the bump, I think.
Possibly, yeah. He's really
Poe
hoping
can't-
to bump Poe.
Or maybe block the Talon. I think the Talon maybe clears there.
A Poe Talon roll here could be kind of brutal for Steve.
It could be really brutal. Too hard, he's just fine.
Should
Now
be.
he's going to boost out of the bomb.
Yep.
That's the problem with the bomb on a
Low PS ship. Generally speaking, you want to use a bomb on a high PS ship where you can see where other people have maneuvered, and you want to use mines like cluster mines, Connor nets, proximity mines on the lower PS ship. It does take the action, but they'll stick around, and it makes it matter when said ship
I had a quick question about
maneuvers.
Dutch taking a target lock or giving a target lock to a stress ship. He can because it's not an action. He's acquiring a target lock, not taking a target lock action.
Right. It's what makes fire control systems so good on the Ghost.
That's true.
So, here's an interesting thought. Jake moved. I think Jake's just out of that ion bomb range. But man, that would be a harsh misplay if you ended up hitting your own Jake.
I think
with
he's
an
well
ion bomb.
out, but that
He
would have been
should
pretty
be.
brutal.
But it did also, by making the decision to drop that bomb, he kind of limited Jake's maneuver there. Yeah, Jake is going to make
So
that
Jake
one
did turn in,
Yep.
which I think is fine because he needs to kill that
A-wing.
A-wing
But I think it also telegraphs that Poe is slow rolling here.
and get a bump.
Yeah, Poe is probably bumping that A-wing.
Yeah.
Because there's no way Poe has a maneuver that clears. Unless.
Oh, he's going fast.
Oh.
So he's going to bump Jake
So Jake does the focus for
Oh.
the barrel roll,
into Ion Bomb.
but
he's
he's
gonna
going to
boost
boost
over, but he's still
here.
gonna be range
He
one.
might be right. And I don't know if he gets a shot here.
No shots.
And the ion bomb. So Jake is going to end up just one forward here, but it's going to be one forward in a way that maybe Stu can't take advantage.
That's true. Because Ion does no damage, right?
Right.
See, I think you just take the bump there. Because you have two A-Wings from forever away shooting at you.
Now I'm also wondering on range with Poe and the ion bomb. Because if Poe bumps that ion, if Poe takes that ion,
Looks clear.
ooh, that's
Take
real
it.
close.
So one on Jake,
Oh, it
one
is
on Poe, and they're both Ion.
So that might
No, wait,
actually.
I thought Ions just do Ion.
Right, but that's an ion, which means next turn.
Did he
Poe,
put down Ion or a shield?
It's an ion because the tokens are still there, right?
Ion doesn't strip tokens. They did their
No,
moves
ion
first.
puts the token up.
Oh, those are focus tokens.
Oh, okay.
So-
Was that a seismic?
There's
then?
a seismic. Let me
Okay.
check.
So we're just checking on that. It seems that it was actually a seismic charge, which makes difference.
actually seismic charge.
Okay, so it is a seismic.
So it is
charge.
damage.
It is damage, which
Poe will
actually
just get his shield back.
Steven probably is more happy about that because an ion bomb there would have forced Poe to make the one straight,
Onto the
probably
rock.
putting him on the rock, and also being predictable. At which point, Stu's little piranhas, the A-wings there, would just close in on Poe at that
So
moment.
no shots for Jake.
No shots for Jake. Poe has a shot, but it's a bad shot.
Looks like he's gonna spin it. Ooh, that went off the board. That's a blank. 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's a crit, and that's a dead
Y-wing?
Y-wing.
Yep, that is a dead TLT Y-wing.
Which, honestly, in this matchup, never had a chance.
No, I'm honestly surprised Stu even went after it. At
I think
all.
it just was given to him, and
Yeah.
he took it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. It's That Y-wing isn't going to deal damage to those A-wings. Just really.
Yep.
Realistically, that A-wing...
Oh, what happened here? Did I resize my thing again? How am I doing that?
In fact, I believe, and maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that Y-wing, with that bomb drop, possibly did more damage to his own list than to Stu's list.
How am I resizing this? It's gotten smaller again. To call in the
Geek Squad.
Geek Squad here.
Ba-ba-ba-bum. Alright, so... Jeez. Poe going fast probably doesn't... It's also windowed right there, you see?
Well, it's windowed.
Yeah, so you...
No,
gotta
I'm
close it.
resizing
Okay,
the whole
yep,
thing because
yep.
it moved on me again when I went to
Okay.
change the...
Maybe you just, like, had the mouse cursor over it and just kind of tap something and...
I don't know what's going on. It's
all
really...
weird.
This is why I don't Mac. Not because Macs aren't good. I don't know how to work it.
It's not like swerving on dudes. You also don't Mac on dudes.
I don't Mac on dudes. I mean, there's been occasion that swerves have happened.
Right,
You
right,
know.
sure. But you've never had to Mac a dude.
Never had a Mac a dude, no. You know what sounds amazing? A macaroon right now. Just
Hell's yes.
okay, we need to go
Speaking
over
of
to
which-
Gourmandise. Is anybody near Gourmandise?
Or
Can
I
bring
was
us
going to
some
say,
macaroons?
downtown Salt Lake, Fillings and Emulsions is a fantastic
good?
place. Oh, it's so good. They specialize in that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, Gourmandise too is like second and third, right?
Okay, yeah, I think so.
We've been there in La Bakery or whatever.
What I know I love about Fillings and Emulsions is they will do macaroon, but instead of like the frosting in the middle, they do gelato.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh man. This foodgasm brought to you by Feelings and Emulsions.
Free advertising.
Yeah. Well, you know, for 3 people, I think they can afford it.
Right, yeah, sure. Alright,
So this
it
makes
is
sense.
Dials again.
Just let's come in, you know, whatever way Poe's going, we can deal with that.
I think you can kind of... So if you're Jake, did you dial in a 5 straight here?
I think so. Or you K-turn, something.
Yeah. I mean, maybe you do the 5K here as Jake.
Has Jake dropped Prockets yet?
I don't believe so. So Jake is still a danger.
And I wrote Proton, but that should...
Or do you
Proton
do something
rockets.
crazy here and maybe Jake did a 1 hard to the left? Takes the focus, barrel rolls or boosts or something weird and gets a Procket shot possibly somewhere?
Yeah, that's interesting. I think he needs to get a shot.
That's
It's been 2
that
rounds
might be a
without
bold move, but at the same time, Steven is down.
Let's see
in
how it
points
plays
at
out
this
for him, Cotton.
point. Fortunately, I don't think X-Wing escalation tournaments would even rate the Ocho.
No, this is on ESPN 12.
Yeah.
The Dose.
Dose.
I had to do a little Spanish in
Dose,
my head there.
brought to you
Yes, I
by-
did count to 12 in Spanish in my head before I said Dose.
Dose A, brought to you by
You can say
Dos
the Japanese
Equis. Yep.
Need you.
Yeah.
Prime sponsor of ESPN Dos A, Dos Equis.
Dose Equis, yeah.
It's just brand synergy, guys.
It is. And the XFL. Bringing it back.
Get your tickets for the New Jersey, New York Hitman.
Which is kind of sad they missed an opportunity to be the Calgary Hitman. You know, to have the Hitman Hart connection.
God, right?
Which is actually the let's sidebar here into junior hockey, which is what the junior hockey team in Calgary is called.
They
That
are
plays
the
in the
Hitman?
Western Hockey League.
Okay,
And
great.
they have a mask, and their colors are black and pink.
Yeah.
It is on the nose.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Oh,
that's what
that
you do.
Boost is not going to work. Does it? Just fit?
Oh,
That's
that's...
some pretty big. Steven's really checking here. He is not on the rock.
Well, because that's if that's a Procket A-Wing, and Poe doesn't do something smart here, though, I don't know, maybe...
The gallon? So, Bill, let me just double check here. Bill loses, you win 120
So maybe
to
as
28.
Poe, maybe this is the time for Talon here as Poe.
I was going to think, I think you Talon to the left.
Yeah. To Poe's left, of
Yep.
course. Yep. That's probably what I do in this situation. Oh, Jake is doing that hard one that we were saying.
Oh,
that is
so
the ballsy hard
I
one.
think that's the play. I think you focus,
Yep.
target lock. I don't even think you barrel roll.
Yeah, you just burn him down
You
right
need to
here.
kill him before he shoots.
Especially if Poe is doing the Talon, and both of those ships can focus on that one anyway.
Yep, I think Poe Talon's here.
Yep. That's
Really
got to
quick,
be
I'm
the
going to
play.
enter the score. So Bill loses 120 to 28. Make sure. So opponent Bill 120.
Can I just say, I hope that junior hockey league team, like, tell me you can go get a drink at, like, the concession stands that is the screw job.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
And it's like some kind of orange juice based drink.
I think it should be.
Right. Like maybe you say it's a screwdriver without alcohol.
So it's just orange juice.
It's just
a screwdriver, which would be a screwdriver.
Yeah, it's a screw
So
job.
Poe is just noping out with a 3 bank and a focus to regen.
Yeah.
Doesn't have any shots. Not a bad play. Here's Prockets.
Yep. Jake's gonna
That
PS
is
kill
a good Procket.
with the target lock
That's
reroll.
5.
Yeah. Oh,
5 hits. That guy
might be dead.
is he's spending his focus. He's going to take 2 shields.
And
And?
a whole damage. But it's gotta be a crit. No.
Just 2 shields.
So 3 evades off that 5. Which is as good as you can ask for that A-Wing.
Which A-Wing is that? Do we have any idea? Which
No
A-Wing it is?
idea whatsoever. But it is going to open up Jake to return
It's
fire
not. I don't
there.
think it's a PS2. I think the 2 PS2s are these 2.
Right. He did have to spend the focus token, so
Yep.
he's not going to have that on offense. And it doesn't. So
I
he
don't think
should
we
only
have
have
any
2
damage.
ships able to fire on that.
Oh, this
on
guy
Jake
right
there.
here as well.
Yep, 2 ships firing on Jake. However,
So
as
here's
the
the range
board
1 shot.
clears, that's just going to make Poe better.
Yep. Poe already has Lone Wolf after this turn. It'll be on. Jake is fine. No damage there. Guess we know Jake definitely has
Yep.
1 shield gone.
Still,
Poe's
as-
gonna regen, so I'm not gonna change his stats.
Still, as Stu, it's probably a good board situation for him right now because he still has 4 A-Wings, so he still has most of his list. He's going to win on points if he can stretch this out.
Yep.
If the board state doesn't change here, he wins on points. However, Poe and Jake on generic A-Wings should be able to pick off another 1 or 2.
Yep. And we have 40 minutes. We're not
Yeah.
we're not low on time.
Yeah.
I think they need to get next round. They need to get a 3 shot on one of the 2 ships.
They need
and
to,
their only chance is really Jake.
yeah. Steven really needs to take another A-Wing off the board.
No Prockets, so Jake is honestly not really that big of a worry anymore.
Right,
still
but
gonna
he's
have
going to be
3
squirrely
attack.
and he's going to be hard to put down.
Yeah. He's still gonna have. I mean, I think you're Jake. You just go for the range 1 shot, try to get out of arc, and focus evade.
And also, push the limit. Jake is going to be able to get into range 1.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You know,
Yeah.
focus boost out of 1 arc, take an evade,
Barrel roll, whatever.
whatever you need to do.
Yep. Poe is now going to be the damage dealer, in which case, if I'm Stu, I just turn everything I can at Poe.
I mean, the interesting thing. So the one that took the shots last round, the red one, I think he goes fast.
Yeah.
And then the other ones,
I think I don't go 5, but I might
Yeah.
go 4.
I think you go 4,
Yep. The blue one that's there by the rock, that's following
which is a
red.
PS2.
Yeah, so he's got to move first.
Yeah, I believe the 2 PS2s are
Is that
the
red
blue
and blue?
one, the blue one, and the one down here.
Oh, the one down that's facing away
I
from
think
everything.
he's PS2.
Okay. Because if you could move that red one first, then that blue one that's following behind the red one, I do like a 3 hard or something right there. But if he's got to move first, he's going to bump if he does that. And that's a problem.
That is a problem.
Though maybe it's just a problem because any move he makes there to try and get into the fight is going to result in him being blocked.
Yep.
So maybe you just say screw it and just dial in that 3 hard, take the block of your own, possibly get a Jake block because of where you're positioned.
Because Jake's going too hard
Or
or
Jake,
too straight. He's got to clear that stress.
Jake can't go fast. Jake cannot go fast here because he will end up on a rock.
So he is.
Oh,
so
so
that
the
is
red
a
is a
PS2.
PS2.
So
So
the
in
red
that
and
case,
blue are
yes.
PS2. So he's gonna go fast. That looks like a 4.
Interesting. It's almost like I called it.
It is. I think the 5 was too fast.
Yeah, 5 is too fast. You want to catch Poe.
So that
You don't wanna
is.
blow
So we
past
know
Poe.
that guy lost 2 shields.
Okay, cool.
So we'll
that
come up
means
here.
that the blue one that's falling behind that rock
Right,
is
this
going
one
to be
has 0
free to make that
shields.
3 hard.
I'll
Which I
say
think
this
is the
guy
play there.
has-
You make that 3 hard.
I think that should be correct. Bear with us on the
Yep,
points here.
there
We're
it
not
is.
100% sure.
I
Yep.
don't know if it was a 3 or a 2 hard right there.
That's
because
gotta
we
be a
couldn't see our
3.
screen, but yeah.
Sorry about that.
And then if Jake tries to do anything slow, he's bumping, and that's
So this guy also is going to do like what, a 2 bank here?
bank,
2 bank.
which puts him in a real good position if Jake ends up bumping.
Do you think he barrel rolls back? Or
Well,
does he boost?
standard A-wing doesn't have a barrel roll.
Oh, that's true.
That's what makes Jake so good, is getting that extra barrel roll action in.
I mean, they're interceptors, but they're not, right?
Right. I mean, they're interceptors in the classic sense of you just go fast at somebody else and intercept them. Not in the sense of the TIE Interceptor, which is a maneuverable little bastard.
And, it's interesting because we're kind of getting a preview here of what I think you'll expect the Scum, the Protectorate
Yes.
Starfighters to play like. I think they'll play like A-Wings,
But aggressive.
but aggressive and, not getting out of arcs, not
Yes.
boosting, not
Yes.
chasing, but actually, jousting A-Wings. here.
Yes.
They
Which
do
is-
have the extra attack dice. They have the opportunity to get another attack in range 1.
They are going to be crit sponges, though.
They are.
Crits are going to cripple those things.
That not getting a shield, if instead of 4 hull they were 3 in a shield, I think you would really see.
At that point,
be
just
really
for
scary.
playtesting wise,
So
I mean, don't
Jake
you...
with the 4K.
Yep.
Oh, is that a 4 straight?
That's a 4 straight
Four
because he
straight.
could not K-turn. He was stressed.
Ah, he was stressed. Yep, 4 straight.
Which he's got to take a focus and barrel roll here because otherwise he is in a bad place next
So
turn.
he's barrel rolling into the map, I think.
Yes. Yep. He has to. He
And
has to. If he can fit.
yeah, he can fit.
Okay.
So Jake is doing what Jake does: is he shot his rockets and now he's noping out of the engagement. And all the A-wings kind of saw that coming and are hoping
That Poe
that Poe's
is in a
turning
good spot. Yeah.
in. He may be turning out. Yep,
It's turning out. Is that a Talon?
that's got to be a Talon.
Yep.
Which is fine because he might get one shot there, but really that sets the A-wings up to get quite a kill box next round.
Yep. Yep. Because Poe is now suddenly predictable.
Very predictable.
You know where Poe's going to be. He can't 3 straight because that's going to put him on the rock.
So that's 2. Lone Wolf gives him 2 hits. So we got auto thrusters, nothing.
Through a rock, all that stuff. That's not getting damaged.
So no shot, no shot,
No
no
shots.
shots. We're going. So we are back.
Back at.
We are back at setting the I don't know, what would you call those? Are they dials? I guess
Yeah,
they are
dials,
dials.
yeah.
I just didn't want to give a free publicity to another podcast.
But yeah, back to what I was saying about the Protectorate Starfighter. I mean, just from a play balance standpoint, that thing was 3 and 1 instead of the 4 hold. I mean, it's got to be more expensive at that point, right?
Yeah, I think that's why they probably didn't do it.
Yeah. Yeah. And also, it kind of fits that Scum flavor of that all or nothing,
Yeah.
all in kind of thing of it's just going to take crits.
Yep.
You don't care.
I think I'm excited about this new ship. I really am.
Yeah.
It's the first Scum small
Small-made
ship that's
that
going to be
works.
not a
DOA.
miscarriage
Yeah.
as it comes out. And I think sometimes with the other ships, they let the flavor
Kind of
of
override everything
like
else.
mess up the gameplay.
Right.
This ship has the flavor, but it also has, it's going to be useful. It has good aces. I mean, one thing in
That pack, I think, comes with like 6 pilots, doesn't
yeah,
it?
it has 6 pilots. You have 2 generics. Do you have 3 generics and 3 uniques?
I think it's 2 generics, 4 uniques.
Is it 4 uniques?
Because it's Fen Rao, it's...
Old Turok.
Old Turok, the Dinosaur Hunter. Yeah, we'll pop it open.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, We'll have, yeah, I mean, we have apps. We can look this kind of thing up. It's not crazy. I mean, everything on that ship has been spoiled at this point. As it should be, because in fact, one of the people out there playing has one. So,
All of them.
right, yeah. In fact, anyone who went to Gen Con has all of those ships.
Did you do the Destiny demo, the Star Wars Destiny demo, the new FFG like dice game?
Mm-mm.
You don't.
So you
really
got
don't.
it real hard for that game.
I want somebody to give me the. I want to buy the promos.
Okay.
Yeah, the
I
game was
wasn't up there
awesome.
for X-Wing. I was up there for the MLP card game.
Oh yeah,
Right,
I
yeah,
figured I was
yeah.
just wondering if you did, because they were doing demos of it. You know, like you could play it, and you could, if you
Okay,
did the demo, you
so
got the promo.
those A-wings are turning in. They know
I got the
that.
Darth Vader promo.
Oh, okay,
Cool.
cool. So those A-wings and Stu knows Poe has limited moves at this
Now,
point.
there, it's going for the kill box. This one I expect to.
Do
He
you want
was.
to go double check and see if Stu has any prockets left?
Yeah.
Just to double check on that, because that could determine a lot of things here. Proton rockets against Poe means that Poe could very well be dead this round. In which case, if I'm Steven, I'm stuck with Jake with no munitions.
So one has prockets. He's the back one.
Okay, the one in the back has.
Closest near the rock.
Okay, so he's not going to shoot those off. Unless Poe did something crazy.
Yep.
In which case, if Poe 2-banked in, then that Poe probably does deserve to die.
So it's
Sorry
3
to
and
say.
3. So there's 3 generics. 3. There's
Okay.
Old Turok. There's Cad Solace.
Okay, and
Whatever.
Fenrow.
Yep, Fenrir.
So, in that case, are there EPT generics?
Yes.
Yeah. Is it one of them or 2 of them?
Let's check.
I mean, I don't
2
know.
of them. Concord Dawn and Veteran and Ace both have an EPT. So a PS3 and a PS5. Which honestly, without an EPT, that ship is in a bad way. I think the
But
Zealous
the-
Recruit won't get as much play.
As a PS1, though, with that dial and the boost,
Yeah,
it becomes a really good blocker at how many points is
20
he?
points.
20 points is-
replaces the Kiraz.
It's too much for a blocker, but if you were thinking about running that Kirax, PS1 Kirax,
Yeah.
that's not in a
I think-
swarm, maybe you run that because he becomes a decent blocker.
Well, I think instead, it'll replace the Kirax Swarm because now you have a 3-attack ship that has survivability.
Yeah.
And has the option to just break off
Yeah.
and to arc dodge if it needs to.
And it has named pilots that could
So
actually
Poe
see
is
play,
noobing out, but that is going to be on the rock. He could 1 straight here,
which
which
I
is
think he
probably what
wants to
he's
do.
going to do.
Or is he banking out? No,
Yeah, 1 boost out.
no,
Yeah. I don't think he dares bank out.
no. But again, Poe is in a position. Looks like there might be a shot.
Should be 2 shots.
Poe
Range
is going
2.
to be in a position where he's still going to be fairly predictable what he's got to do.
Yep. So 1 hit there. And
Almost
he's
certainly an
thinking
evade.
of something.
No
I
lone
don't-
wolf, right?
No lone wolf.
No lone wolf.
So he's taking 1 there. Is that a damage card or is that a shield token?
Not sure.
Not sure.
I think it's probably shield.
Oh,
It's
so only
shield.
1 shot. Huh?
Again, but Stu's been making it so Poe hasn't been able to regen.
Yep.
So
So now here, I think the situation here is Jake hard turns. Jake has to go first.
yes, Jake has to go
So
first. which-
does he try to? Where? If you're in Jake's situation, where are you going here?
I think I hard 1 up and then boost.
Give Poe the ability to just 3 bank out
Yep.
because Poe's running here.
Yeah, Poe has to run. Poe needs a turn or 2. The downside is Steven doesn't want to burn the clock here because he's going to be down on points right now. So he needs to take A-Wing. If Steven could take an A-Wing off the board, I don't know on points off the top of my head, but he might be in a position where then he can just kite everyone around and run the clock and get the win that way.
Yep.
But right now he can't afford to do that.
So quick. We've had 2 scores entered. We have 27 minutes left.
27 minutes is still a lot of time.
Still a lot of time. Game should be wrapping up.
I mean, realistically, this game is close to wrapping up.
Yep. I think this is one of the reasons why, Rebels can be such a frustrating thing to go against. Is now
Poe's going to regen.
Poe's going to run away and,
It's going to be
get some
so
shields
hard to
back.
get shots on Jake right now.
And Jake is just going to arc dodge and not worry about things.
But at the same time, if you're still in a good spot, because if both of them do that,
Yep.
then they're not taking A-Wings off the board, and you're winning on points.
So I think Stu just
chases.
He might
Or-
just switch to Jake here.
Yeah.
And I don't know what you do with the 2 PS2s.
Maybe K-turn.
Maybe K-turn. Do like little 3Ks, set up your next and then the other. Maybe you just K-turn everybody. You shouldn't bump anything if you K-turn everyone. I mean, you have stress on the one with Prockets, so he can't K-turn. The other 3 could K-turn.
But the one with Prockets, maybe he just 2 hards in.
Yeah.
2 hards in, clears the stress,
So
boosts.
here we go.
Okay.
And it looks like a K-turn.
Yep.
3K. I think you just, at this point, you say,
You switch to Jake.
Poe's running away. I will hope Jake is turning in. And he's got to. He's not going to go that fast. I think he's going to go 1 hard.
Still, though.
But you're setting up your next round. 2 hards.
Yeah. With infinite time, I think I probably would take Jake. I would take Poe, the regenerating Poe, against all these A-Wings with infinite time.
The problem is he's running out of time.
He's going to run out of time.
So here, this guy is going to 2 hard, clear a stress.
Yep. Boost.
And then he's going to... can he do the bank there?
If he can, he should.
Yep.
And then probably push the limit for focus or an evade.
Yeah, I think so. Probably the focus.
Nope, he's just going to turtle up here. Focus, evade, stress.
Yeah. Which I don't think is a bad plan, because you're not getting shots on Poe.
Right.
And you're not getting shots on Jake
Right.
with a boost.
Right.
So one more. This guy is also looks like a K-turn to me. No, he's 1 harding.
He's 1 harding.
So definitely can't barrel roll, can't boost. So he's just going to focus.
Probably focus, evade if he's a push the limit.
It looks like he is.
There it is. Jake is out. Does Jake do the hard one? In?
Yep.
He does.
And he's going to most likely focus boost.
I don't know if it's a praise of us for being able to call some of these moves, or if it's just that all these ships have just the most predictable dials.
I don't know if it's predictable dials. I think it's the situation where there's a rock in front of him and he has to move before Poe, that he's going to 1 hard and he needs to boost.
Yep.
He's got to get out of Poe's way. Poe's running and regenning. He's going to take his 3 bank, focus,
Yep.
and regen.
Yep.
Yeah, I wish you would have got that promo card. It would have been amazing. They wanted like $50 on eBay.
God damn. Alright, so Jake is oddly enough taking the focus barrel roll.
To get shots, but now he's going to get shots on him.
Right,
At least
but not
1.
that many.
Just 1.
Yeah, that's not bad.
But I think the problem is now what does he do next round? Because these guys, you have 2 blockers coming down at you and the other 2 can just, 1 hard. I mean, can the stressed ones 1 hard out of that?
They can 1 hard, it's white.
No, but what I mean is, are they going to clear? Because they're moving first.
Right, they are moving first.
So, is that a 2 hard? Is that a Talon? That's a Talon roll.
Talon.
Wow.
That's
Okay.
all right. As we were saying,
Hey, let's play to
completely
win.
well, he's got to. We were saying timing.
Yeah, that's true.
He has a time pressure.
So
right
he needs
now.
to kill an A-wing right here with 2 shots.
Yeah. If he doesn't take an A-wing off the board, it's going to be real rough for him. But if he takes another A-wing off the board, what kind of point value then is Stu at versus?
So Stu currently has 4 A-wings.
Two of
They
them
need
are
to
his
be
cheaper
around.
ones, though.
Yeah. The one he's shooting at is going to be the Procketed one, which is the front one. So he's at
Yep.
30 points.
Okay. So that means Stu
means
would then
he-
be at 60 points?
Not around 60. Okay.
Which I think
Score
Jake
coming
and
in.
Poe are probably above that.
Landon destroys 120 to 33. Oops. So Landon. Dude, I'm gonna put it in right.
So when I see Stu's
I'm gonna disqualify you from the last round
Alright.
because you
Dude,
just were impugning my judgeability right there with the over-the-shoulder look.
verified.
Yeah,
I trust you as far as I can throw you, Brody.
it's true.
So Steven with Poe and Jake, that's 70 points.
Yeah, so he takes one off and he's got the win right now.
But it, yeah,
This is the promo.
Oh, nice.
possibly.
That's really sweet.
Okay.
That's really sweet. I like those big.
Ooh, what,
I don't
yeah.
like the back of it, but the big art.
Oh, that's really good
Full
looking.
art with
Yep.
just a little bit of stuff.
Yep, yep.
I don't love that xwingevents.com.
Right.
Just do a normal card, imperial card back.
Yep.
But that is very cool.
Yep. Yep. All right. So
So we have-
shots are fired.
Looks like Poe. Looks like 2. And
Evaded.
must evade. I didn't see any token spend there.
Yeah.
Range
2.
2, which really hurts.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna see if he can hit the damaged one at range 3,
Right.
which
Maybe.
he just gets the front arc.
Brandon kills 120. Taylor kills 74.
Okay, 122.7.
Weird. I don't see any sheets.
Brandon doesn't
I
have a
didn't-
sheet.
Oh,
Sheet,
right.
sheet,
Yes. Yes.
74 for Taylor.
I think you've been holding my dice, Brody.
I don't
Yeah.
think so.
Are they not bad?
Brody's such a cooler.
Oh shoot, what did we have there?
You heard they're remaking.
Oh, he took a damage.
Okay.
With all those tokens, he took a damage? Does he just want to save it for a shot?
Or did he shoot the
Stressed one?
damaged one?
Stuff we shouldn't have tabbed over there, my bad.
That's fine.
What's that?
Scott, Brody is such a cooler. You've heard they're remaking Roadhouse, right? And they just put him in the Patrick Swayze role.
Yeah, I can see that.
You guys are the bouncers. I'm the cooler.
I love Roadhouse.
I love Roadhouse.
Whatever. No,
I
they're
have Roadhouse
remaking.
on Blu-ray.
Roadhouse
Got
is
it for
one
like
of the
$6.
No,
It's,
they're
it's like
remaking, yeah.
Roadhouse, Shawshank Redemption. There's a couple
So
of movies.
two.
If you're surfing through
Spend
and
his
Roadhouse
focus.
is on TV, I'm watching Roadhouse. My wife hates
Two
Roadhouse.
evades.
It's
evaded.
hilarious.
Triple
That's
evades. Oh,
No, you have to spend his focus.
spend
It
his
looks like.
focus. So now the next guy should have a shot. No,
If he
doesn't
does,
have
no.
a shot.
No,
we have
clear your
viewers?
tokens and
What's up?
move it on.
Do we have viewers?
We have 2 viewers, I believe. We had 3 for a little while, but one dropped out. We have, yeah. Unless that's you, Scott.
Nope, that is not.
All right, a fish is born. Interesting. From an egg, I believe.
It is Spawn.
I think they're still births. The
Some
parents
sharks
spawn.
are.
No, the
Sharks are
All right, so
not born.
dials are
No,
going
yeah.
down right now.
but you know, spawning is when they're getting it on, not when the eggs are hatched.
So the stressed A-wings are the ones that have to move first,
Spawning
which
is
is what's
laying your
going to make
eggs and
all this
shooting your
complicated.
juice in the water.
Spawning can also be considered.
In this
the
Is
case-
juice the technical term for?
I believe that is a
Fish?
scientific term.
I
Yes.
believe it was fish juice. Yeah, which always throws me off.
Actually,
when
I
they
thought
do
it was
fish sauce.
oil.
Fish
I
oil.
thought it was fish goo.
It is probably
Fish
good.
sauce.
Fish sauce.
No,
is pretty
fish
good.
sauce is a wonderful ingredient for certain foods.
All right,
I do like
so,
fish sauce.
Not if used with oyster sauce, which really is not that tasty.
So anyway,
Very
with
crazy
these
game.
stressed
I
A-wings
agree
that
that fish
have
is
to
born.
move
I agree.
first, I think I just run them up. I just push them forward, just
Oh, I
maybe a
just-
4 or 5, and just clear that stress, get them out of the way.
Yep.
As the A-wing guy. of the
Jake's in a
group,
rough spot here.
Jake is in a real rough spot.
As the A-wing.
Because he has to
goon,
move before
run.
Poe, so he can't hard one to the left. So he kind of has to hard one to the right here,
I will guess.
just to do anything. Because this one's Poe.
Yes,
I
but
mean,
you have
not
to
Poe, Jake.
You have to remember the action economy of Jake Farrell. If
Right,
he clears, then all of a sudden it's move, go.
right. But he's really only got one move option, and that's the hard one to the right.
Which is not going to clear anything. It's a white move, if I remember
Yep.
correctly.
He doesn't have stress because
Doesn't
he did not push last
Okay.
turn.
Well, then he can take his boost barrel roll
Right.
focus maneuver.
But these ones are going to move before it, so if I'm either of those A-wings there, I know Jake is going to make that one hard. I get in that position. I block Jake right there.
Yes, but I believe all the A-wings are... Oh, okay. I read that wrong. Okay, so Stu is running nothing but greens.
Yep.
Okay, so Stu's running Chihuahuas. Gotcha. So yes, I would definitely pull in one to block Jake. I would definitely chump Jake.
Yep. Now the other one follow up. Now the downside is the lead A-wing here is the one with the rockets. Yep.
Yeah. I would sacrifice your procket turn
Yeah,
for the sake
yeah.
of blocking Jake Farrell and shutting him down. He has too much.
Yep.
I would definitely. And Stu is aggressive and smart, so I could see that very easily happening.
All right.
Hi.
And then you need to get these in. So
Oh, they're new.
all right.
I am the replacement color man.
We'll need you out of the way though, so that
Yeah, let me introduce.
Brody can get in there. So, all right. So Stu did the slightly unexpected thing where he is
Just gonna bumpsters.
he's running his A-wings into his other A-wings.
I'll introduce after this move.
Well, but the greens have no. The action level on a green is fairly low, so it's not like he's losing
The
much with the bombs.
PS2s, he's not worried
Yeah.
about. The
Yeah,
other ones
exactly.
he wants to keep for. He wants that one to procket Jake right here.
It'd be nice, but I still would use it as a blocker on Jake
Yeah.
and sacrifice procket turn.
Because as we were saying, Jake has to hard one here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
Jake
no
has very
choice.
yeah. So I would throw it in the middle of him, keep Jake from forming, because Jake is bonkers actions.
Yep.
So I would
Sure.
definitely block Jake with that.
Oh, you think a 3 hard could be pulled off here, huh?
No,
A fish? Interesting. 3 hard to the left?
no, that's a 2, isn't it?
Or 3? He could pull off a 3 hard right, you
I
think?
believe that was a 2.
Who?
Oh,
Jake?
I was looking here.
Fish is saying, I don't think, no, there's no
3 hard
way.
right? I think the 3 hard.
3 hard right's going to put
Oh,
Jake.
is he boosting past Jake?
Don't do that, Stu. I know you want Poe, but don't do that.
I think he's trying to maybe.
He wants no, he
Can't do it.
I don't think he can
I
do
mean,
it.
he would love to be able to procket
I would.
Poe.
I was gonna see if they
He's
can
looking
get
for a
this.
mark. Don't do that,
Interesting move.
Stubaka.
It's interesting, but at the same time, maybe his other A-wing is just doing like a 4 straight here,
Yeah, to
and
get
is
the
still
block
going to
anyway.
get the block anyway.
Possibly. And he might have thought that because that way he gets the best of both worlds.
Yep, yep, yep.
I don't know, man. That's a bold move.
See if
He
it
does
pays off,
fit.
Cotton.
Yep. He'll
He's got the
push
focus,
the
so
limit
he's
to the
set.
focus.
Yep. Because he's set for the shot.
So depending on what Poe does here,
Well, I don't think he gets a shot on Poe. Poe's got a 1 bank,
yeah, I think so.
I would imagine one bank to the left.
1 bank, and then 1 boost back right.
Probably
Or-
puts him into a clean
Or
arc
he's
on
just
that A.
focusing for a regen.
Yeah, I probably as Poe just do the focus so you can get the regen. Yep. So Stu just pushes forward, and he's hoping for a block here.
I don't think he's got it. I think Jake's gonna turn inside of
I
him.
think he's gonna.
Right.
But I think he's gonna have the.
But then Jake
range
doesn't
one.
have shots.
Yep, I
But
think
Jake's
he's got the
gotta do-
range one and maybe
Yep.
range two.
So
plus
here's where the
barrel
thing
rolls.
is.
I think he
Here's
might
where
be
it comes up.
playing here to say, oh, do anything but a 1 hard, and you're bumped onto the rock.
Yep.
Well,
At
because
least
the
bumped
3 is gonna
back.
put him onto the rock. I think Fish has got a good idea, but I think Fish is gonna put him on
Have
the
your,
rock with a
opponents?
3.
Well, we'll see here right now as the dial
are
goes
going?
down. It is the
One
hard
hard
one.
turn.
It is
That
the
bad of a
hard
day?
one, and it looks
It
like
looks
it's
like
gonna
it's
be a
going to
block.
bump. It no,
Nope,
it
it's
will.
a clear, but that's a bad place for Jake right there.
Eh,
Even with a
Hey, sometimes the days don't go for
even
you.
if Jake does the
like
focus
my
barrel
mind's not
roll,
even keeping track of what I'm doing and how I'm doing it.
yeah, if
Okay.
Jake does the focus barrel roll, which I would do here,
But,
he's
you know.
still going to be an arc.
I didn't realize it was gonna
Possibly
last
get out of
like
range 1.
Yeah,
I didn't.
because the rounds get longer.
Jake has to do some
Yeah,
Jake
I didn't
stuff
know it
here
was
right
escalation
now
till I got
because
here
he
and
does not
knew
want to
about
stick
how
in
it
this
was set up, but
position.
No big deal.
I don't know
Okay.
that
But
Jake
I'm gonna
has the
check on
Jake
that
stuff to do.
That'd be
see if we
awesome.
can pull something
I
together.
don't. He might be able to get away from the range.
I think
one,
you push.
Sweet. Thanks,
you
man.
Focus for the barrel roll, push
push
for the boost.
which would get him out of
Gets you
arc.
out of range 1, or you just boost. I suppose, yeah, you
You
just
just
boost.
boost and shoot that guy.
Yep.
Boost.
Yeah.
'Cause you're not taking shots.
Did he?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Now do you push for the focus here?
I'm surprised
It-
he didn't.
I would push for the focus right there.
And then barrel roll.
No, I wouldn't barrel roll. I'd just take the focus as a freebie. Because the A1
I don't
dial
know
is
why he didn't
Focus first.
focus first for the free boost.
for the free barrel roll. You mean?
No, for the free boost.
And then do what with his other action?
No,
just not
take
push?
it.
Just not taking them.
His first action is the focus. Then he
And
gets
then-
the
and
not
free
take the-
boost,
but not
and then
take the
doesn't
push.
push for the stress. So that's
interesting. So
well,
he didn't
he's
do
not in.
anything.
Yeah.
The
You
thing
just
is,
boosted.
A-wing, the penalty for pushing on an A-wing is so low because
Right.
the dial is so green.
Yeah, so the 1 bank, shocking.
Yep. Does he
So-
bank in or does he take the focus?
Banking
But
in, does it give him a shot?
Yes, it
don't-
does.
So the nice thing about Stu doing that bump that he did
No,
instead of
banking
pushing
is not
up
even a shot.
is he's going to get shots on Poe here.
Yeah, I think Poe,
Poe has to
Focus.
focus here.
because he's going to need to regen.
He's going to need, yep. Because I
There's the
don't
focus,
believe
yep.
he's going to get lone wolf rerolls here
There's
either.
the focus, yeah, right, as we expected.
Yeah, he doesn't have Lone Wolf here.
It's a range 2 shot. No,
He doesn't have Arc, and he doesn't have Arc.
No shots for Steven here this round. It's a little rough.
He's only
No
taking
shot on
Poe
Jake
shots.
either?
No, Jake
I thought
is
Jake
just-
had
Nope, Jake has no
No,
shot.
I think it's just at an angle that the arc is going right
just
past the
barely
bot.
off. Yep.
So that's 2. That might be a crit. That's a 1 evade.
We really
Doesn't
need to-
look like a focus. So 2 shield. Oh,
2 shields off Poe.
2 shields
Ouch.
off Poe.
That stings.
The
Second
next
shot.
attack just looks like 1. That looks like evades. So he'll regen 1 shield back. And taking it back. Yep.